Welcome to Yarro Moto. So here we are, it's Saturday the 7th of June 2025 and there's 18 of us on a tour to the Austrian Alps and the Italian Alps, so it's 10 days. Sam here on his KTM has met up with me, and Sue and Paul have met up with me at the Folkestone. So initially, the weather is looking a bit poor today, so I'll just give you an update while we're waiting to get off here. I had planned a route of about 100 miles and then about another 100 off the motorway. Riding in the rain is not much fun, so we're going to take a vote once we get off here and decide whether we're just going to thrash it on the fastest route there, which is about 1 hour shorter. My current route is going to take us until after 5 o'clock. God, these bits of metal are all laying all over the place. Watch that one. Some of them are well bent and twisted. Wouldn't want to catch a tire on the corner of those. I hope you can hear me okay. I'm using the Wi-Fi mic for the first time. I've bought this so that I can actually commentate when it's raining, so the camera itself, as you can't see, but it's completely enclosed. I've put the side door on it to keep it waterproof. Wow, that's quite bright. 22 degrees it says. Well, let's see what it calms down to in a minute. Find somewhere to pull over up here and have a little chin wag and decide. And we made a decision that we're going to go on my original route. The weather is looking nice. Hope you can hear me well. As I say, I'm using this Mini Mic 2. So I know the microphone is not as good as the hardwired one, I know that. It does take a while for the old wireless mic to kick in. If you've had it completely off, then it can take about 20 odd seconds. Well, as you can see, it's 95 miles to go from here. We've just had to stop and put wet weather gear on. Good job, I put the waterproof Osmo Action and the wireless mic on. That was hacking it down. I didn't really notice because I got my warm top on, but my trousers were getting soaked. I was gradually, the dampness was soaking upwards. So we've got 86 miles to go. As you can see, we're onto the nice rural, lush country roads as we head towards our destination this afternoon. Thought I'd just show you a little bit of this road. I think this is the D951. A lot of the towns have got, towns and villages have got 20 mile an hour zones in them. It's all changing, isn't it? Used to be able to fly through everything. It's been quite nice coming this way. It's better than just sitting on the... We could have gone on the motorway expecting rain all afternoon, but it's a bit of a bloody boring way to spend your first day on tour, isn't it? It would get you there, and if it is absolutely traipsing down, there's not a lot of fun in riding these side roads if it's traipsing down with rain, I'll grant you that. But it was looking a bit sort of patchy, so we thought, oh, let's give it a go. So as you can see, still there's some angry clouds above, but some bright sunny bits in between. So We're well into the Ardennes here, and we are just running along the side of there's a river just here on the left. I can't tell you the name of that one because I'm not sure if that's the Semois or not. But we've got 19 miles to go. Well, this looks a bit wibbly. Oh, slippy, slippy. Just thought I'd show you this pretty bit through here. And as you can see, the weather, it's been mixed always since the last clip, really. It's 17 degrees now. It's 5:45. This is the sort of confluence of the two rivers, so we definitely swap over to the Semois, the River Semois, in a minute as we head on that last bit to our hotel. Ah, there we go. So this is a lovely place to stop and have a coffee or a ice cream here right on this river. I've stopped here before in one of my videos if you've watched any of those. Pretty little village with the River Semois running down the side. Welcome to the last 5.6 miles. But as you can see, it's a lovely wooded valley through here. I think we're actually out of the, strictly calling it the Ardennes. That's behind us slightly at the moment, I think. Vresse-sur-Semois. That's where we're going. Pretty, eh? Oh, it is busy down here. There's something happening. Over the river again. Ten past 6. There we go. Oh, I'll park down the back there. Right, I'll catch up with you inside, I think.
Good morning, day 2 of the Austrian and Italian Alps tour. So anyway, it's a bit of a mess, but twin beds, view over, don't know, another rainy day at the moment. Plenty of hanging space in here, and then we've got a shower room in here, usual sort of fare, you know, and some of the other rooms apparently are very nice. But anyway, that's touring for you. Take the rough with the smooth. Right, see you on the road in a while. It's breakfast time now. Cheers.
And we're here in Vresse-sur-Semois. And today we have about 240 miles to do to Biesheim in France. I'm still on the Wi-Fi mic because the weather looks Scheitenhausen. Nice hotel. As you can see, there's one or two chalets out the back here, which if you come here, those are the ones to go for if you can. My room was, I'm being fair here, but I think it was average. But hey ho, it's only for sleeping in, isn't it? Right, so I think it's just Sam and me today so far. Everybody's sort of getting into their little groups and things like that. It's well damp at the moment. It's 15.5 degrees. So this is Sunday the 8th. I will have put a map up showing you the planned route. Well, not the planned route, the route. I might stick a extra front camera on in a minute or later after coffee break once things have warmed up, depending on what the weather's doing. Hotel accommodation, yeah, it was. It depends which rooms you're in. Some people said these internal rooms were really nice. I would, as I say, mine I would say was averagely okay, and then you got the chalets out the back. So depends how what you request really, or how your luck falls. I didn't request anything; it was just allocated that way. I think we want to go up here. Yeah, it's quite a longish day today, but I think it's probably the longest day. But with an early start, 240 miles shouldn't be a real problem. We're only a few miles down the road, but just thought you might be interested to see how lovely the roads are, and very lush through these forests. Got to watch out for the deers. There's lots of deer signs to keep you aware. Unfortunately, as you can probably see, it's peeing down raining. But it does give me a chance to try out this waterproofed Osmo Action and the mic with it. So I hope it's coming through loud, if not clear. So we're on the D964 at the moment. Thought you'd like to see this open countryside here. It's glorious rolling roads. Just what you want in the morning. We just had to do a small diversion. It's Sunday, so the fuel stations aren't open, so just come to this Intermarché after fighting with the translation on there. We are both filled up and ready to go again, with 205 miles to go, and I've put this rearward facing camera on now as well, just to make it a bit more interesting for you guys. So that was like 100 yards off our route, which is handy. D947. And it's starting to brighten up. Come on. About a week or so before coming on this trip, I decided to invest in an Insta360 camera, which I haven't used in anger on the bike. I've tested it out in the garage, but I've got a mount on here. I've got a mount with a pole that can go on the back. I haven't put it on today because it's just too shitty and wet this morning. I've planned some nice winding routes. It's all non-motorway. Some's going to be more sort of faster country roads like this. I think it's mostly going to be this type of road down to our objective close to the German border. D69 we're onto here. Let's just show you a little bit of this and then catch up with you a bit later. Some people like to see a bit more of the villages rather than just the fast roads. So here you go, here's a village. Just met 4 interesting young French guys at the Intermarché. They're filling up with fuel. They're on 4 mopeds, but togged out with hard and soft luggage, and they're obviously on a big tour. So I suppose that proves you can do it on anything. I wouldn't want to do it on a moped personally, but there we go. Those were the guys who were filling up at the filling stations. You can probably see by the amount of luggage they got. There must be some sort of camping extravaganza going on around here or something. Continue on the D24. Sam's with me. It's definitely brightening up. We had our sunshades down a minute ago. 174 miles to go, and we're into the village of EIX. Right, I caught up with Stephen in front of me on his BMW. Dave and Anna in front of him, and then Stephen Paul at the front on the BMW 1600. So the group we were following have just pulled over to one side to discuss something, so we've just carried on past them. So I'm on the D904 still. We've just entered the town of Toul. I think it's T-O-U-L. Does it have an E on the end of it? Can't remember. So we're heading to the centre of the village, looking for a coffee. Oh, hotel village. Blah 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 blah. Let's just have a circulate in here and see what we can find. Well, it's Sunday, but oh, there's patisserie over there. Is that open? Oh, coffee shop here. That'll do. Nicely, thank you. And welcome back after a spot of lunch in Toul. Anyway, a nice little croque monsieur with what they called a salad, which was lettuce with a bit of sauce over the top of it. But anyway, very nice, filled the hole. Lovely centre of the old village where it's got a huge fountain in the middle of the roundabout. And again, being Sunday, there was only a couple of cafes open, one of which was doing some food. And so Sam and I had a little stop there. There's a lovely valley along here, D904 this is, towards Charmes. Crêpe, this one is. Oh, it's worth mentioning actually to anybody else who's riding in front. One of our crew, I won't name names, you know who you are. He got pulled over by the police for not stopping and putting both feet down at a stop sign. In Spain, I think you can get away with one foot down, but I'm told that in France, I'm going to have to open this visor a bit. Someone else mentioned that in France they expect you to put both feet down when you come to a halt at one of these stop signs like this here. And he didn't. And there was a police car up the road watching, and he followed him and pulled him over. And he looked at his documents and just let him go. Didn't get a fine or anything, which was good. But just be aware, out in the sticks, you don't normally see many police. Do you know, I can't remember actually having seen a police car since we came to France. Hey, 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 hey. Anytime, mate, anytime at all. Look at these though. Getting brighter by the minute. This is 15 degrees at the moment, but they've been sweeping fastish roads. We have, I don't think there's been a couple of deviations to be fair, where we've had to go down some mainer roads, but most of them have been like this, where you could just keep up a reasonable, you know, we've just been doing 60, 65, nothing more than that, and clocking off the miles. The end but one waypoint is in this town. I'll put it up on screen or something to remind others of how you spell the town. So you come back, we've moved on to this road. I can't see a D number for this one at the moment, but it's a narrower little rural road. But I thought you'd like to have a little look and just see some of the more cross-country routes that I plan sometimes. Talking of routes, I've had one or two more inquiries recently for sets of routes to trips that you've seen, that have been seen via my videos. And although I'm not looking for payment myself, what I've decided to do is to request a £10 donation to Cancer UK as payment for me providing routes or providing some help in how you can create your own. Contact me first of all though to make sure I've actually got the routes still available that you're hoping to acquire, and then obviously just show me the proof of donation and I'll happily send you the set of routes without any further charges whatsoever. It's better that someone like Cancer UK benefits from something here, and as cancer unfortunately affects most families at some point in their lifetime, I think it's an ideal place to donate to. Anyway, contact me if you've got any questions about that. But if you want routes, happy to supply them to people. Obviously, check them out for yourself, but you probably need to amend them to your starting point, end points, and perhaps amend to whatever hotels you're going to build into it, unless you're going to follow it exactly to my specification. Anyway, that's all I wanted to say on that subject, but here we are in this little village. So we've only been through that Toul and Charmes, so those are the two main places if you want coffees or lunches and stuff like that. Haven't seen any proper fuel stations open at all. Just follow those Carrefour signs. There's usually a pay by card petrol arrangement there. That's what we did earlier. We may have to seek out another one later on. Just thought I'd show you this lovely valley through here. Roads are dry at the moment anyway, but it's been showery still. Still got the wet weather gear on, even though it's 17 degrees outside, but I'll have to crack that open a little bit. Sorry if it's too noisy. And the other thing I was going to mention, I forgot to mention earlier, was those people who are interested in doing their own vlogging when they're away riding. With this DJI Mic Mini, and what I found, I hope is working okay, is I'll stick a Amazon link up on the or an Amazon screenshot up on the screen now of some magnets that I found, some strong magnets, and I've stuck one to the inside of the helmet chin bar, and well, I haven't lost it so far. It's not as powerful perhaps as the magnet that comes with the kit, but sticking it on there, it seems to stay in place, and you can point it towards or away from your mouth as required. I've been using it for the last 2 days, so it seems to work okay like that, and I don't have to have a snood right up around my mouth and nose or whatever. I just keep it around my neck as usual, just to keep the wind off or the sun off when that happens. Just thought I'd mention it for those people who are about to buy a DJI Mic Mini. Seemed to be a really good little microphone though. Just not as good, as I said yesterday, as the wired options. Temperature's risen to 21.5, the warmest it's been all day, and now of course I'm boiling like a boil in the bag. Right, we're only about 3 miles from the residence, but we're just going into Neuf Brissac next, which is the place I've mentioned before with the ramparts. Basically a massive fortification to deter the Germans back in the day, back a long time ago, because the Rhine is just beyond the town and therefore the German border is very, very close. So I'm going to drive through the centre. I don't know whether Sam wants to stop. As I say, I've been in there before. And if you look at it from an aerial view, it's like a octagon-shaped town. It's probably wrong because it's probably many more sided than that, but you get my drift, hopefully. So this is the entrance to it, and you'll probably see the walls. I'll try and stop and... oh, there we are. I'll try and stop and take a picture in a minute. There are, there's a sort of moated area around it. And that's all the way around the town. So I'll just tinkle through here. Central square down the bottom here. Perhaps I'll wander around the central square. Pretty, innit? Let's just go around the block if I can. You'll see some of the other edges, but I mean, it's pretty epic that they actually built that, the wall and the ditching and the ramparts all the way around. That must be 20 odd feet high in places. And then you've got a secondary wall here. Let's get to the hotel. Hope you enjoyed that. So that's 240 miles. It's enough, I think, for most people today. I feel I don't want to do too much more, to be honest. So, but fortunately, I think this is the longest day or highest mileage on the trip. Village of Biesheim, RD 468 is the road name. Where we go? Down there. Stay there, couldn't you, and go and explore the ruins, etc. Alright, this is the hotel. Car parking in here. Right, catch up with you inside then. Hope you enjoyed today. And we've got 218, it says, miles to Austria, and our 2-night stop in Sankt am Arlberg, I think it is. So there's 1, 2, 3, I think there's 4 bikes in total in our little group today. Yeah, so weather's looking good. It's 16.5 degrees. It's just coming up to 9 o'clock. So we'll be going north of Lake Constance to avoid the Swiss roads and vignettes. Oh, right, well, we'll get out of this and I'll bring you back once we get into a bit of countryside and interesting footage. So 1, 2, 3 bikes behind me. Okay. 9:27, so we've only been on the go for about half an hour, but starting to move up into the hilly bits, so hopefully there'll be some good roads to play on shortly, and I'll bring you back then. Interesting little road here, the L123 we're on here, wiggling our way up into the mountains. Not terribly fast, as you can see. Well, it would be a bit quicker if we didn't have this traffic here. Right, we're on the B317 at the moment. Just having gone over the summit of this particular road. Loads of roadworks which I didn't want to bore you with. So we're at the 172 mile marker here. It's only 12.5 degrees up here. But it's turning out to be a very sunny, lovely day. At last we're getting into some warmer weather, hopefully, down here. We're just heading around to join the road north of Lake Constance at the moment to remain out of Swiss borders. The need for a vignette and just basically toll costs and all that malarkey, so it should be a fastish mainish road, but it's going to be outside of Switzerland. L170, this is a bit of a cracker. Bit concerned about grounding out the centre stand. That's what normally happens. So this is at the 150 miles to go point at 11 o'clock in the morning. So it's about 3 hours riding. Obviously the time you factor in the fuel stops, you know, the usual thing. Lunch stops, pee stops, whatever. It won't be 3 o'clock. Definitely noticeable a lot more speed limits and lower speed limits in the towns since I last came through Austria. Just enjoying the day, enjoying the lack of rain. 90 degrees. 11:45. We're searching for petrol now, actually, and food. Morning coffee didn't happen. But look at the weather, look at the countryside, look at the roads. Are we happy? We certainly are. We've got 107 miles to go. So we stopped and we eventually found a little cafe open up in a village centre. They kindly made up some sandwiches for us, which should do us for the rest of the day, hopefully. So the town is, yeah, you pronounce that one, Ludwigshafen. Oh, we're going to turn left onto the B31 or D31. to Lindau, Lindau. Right, I'll pick up a bit further down the line, I think. So to my right is the beginning of Lake Constance. So my routing has luckily worked, keeping us away from the Swiss borders. So it does get a lot of traffic along this road. Quite pretty though. Cafes and hotels, etc. We've still got 68 miles to our destination, and it's just gone 10 past 2 p.m. 23.5 degrees, so it's getting warmer as we go further south. Surprise, surprise. So during the L48 up into the hills, just gone through Dornbirn. Starting to get very Austrian, isn't it? Look at that for a view. Whew. This is what it's all about, guys and girls. Stunning. Oh, let's do a bit of filming. I'm bored following this lot. There's very few opportunities to get past, and there's a couple in front. They keep riding side by side, then they're not. Then they look like they're going to overtake and they don't. Can you trust people with flappy dog ear things on their helmet? I'm not sure. We've got 32 miles of this to do. It's 19 miles on this road. Flipping heck, I hope someone turns off in a minute. Yeah, don't worry about waving to everybody else, just focus on your riding. Come on, crack on. Oh dear, grumpy old man. Temperature's nice, there's 21.5. Yeah, 32 miles to go, and it's nearly 10 to 4. See how the time cracks on. Here we are, town of AU. Right, well, hopefully I can get past these people in a minute and show you a bit of the wibbly wobblies up the road. At last, got past a few people. Why do bikers block the road? But if I know people are behind me, then clearly they're faster than me. Let them through. What's the point in blocking them? So this is the L200, if I didn't mention it before. Don't think I've ever ridden this road before, so that's interesting. Just want to show you this view. It's a bit stunning up here, isn't it? 5,300 feet here. 20 miles to our destination. Yeah, just note to self and note to everybody else, if anybody wants to do this route, bear in mind this last 20 miles will take you a long time because it's like this. We're doing okay, but it's not fast, but then you expect that when you're up in the look at the scenery though, fantastic, awesome. .4:30 coming up, and we've got 14 miles to go. This took a bit of construction. That was a long tunnel we went through there. Welcome back, viewers. We're on the last 2 miles to our destination. It's 4:45. May not seem a great distance, but it does take you a while. So I think it's turned out to be a bank holiday or a festival weekend or something, because very few places were open. Anyway, I think this is the village we're getting into. Sankt am Arlberg. Don't like these groovy things. They drag you all over the place. Come on, resurface this, will you please? Surely they knew we were coming. Day 3 hotel. This is a bit of a mess, I'm afraid. Yeah, seating area here. There's a shower room, all the usual in there, and TV in here. Bit of a workstation, that's nice. Single twin beds here. There's plenty of hanging space in there. A balcony with views over the town. Right, I'll catch up with you in the morning. Our hotel is the one up there, so the fuel here is very conveniently placed. My route to take in the Silvretta Pass, which I've ridden before a few years ago, but would like to do it again. It's a lovely pass, nothing too strenuous, but great views, a really long pass effectively. And with a massive reservoir at the top, viewing spot, hotel, places to stop and eat and drink and what have you. So we'll stop up there and get lots of pictures, I think. That's the plan. Really nice hotel, that one. Accommodation's good, food's very nice. We're only a few more miles down the road, but I just thought I'd show you this valley view. Pretty stunning. This is what we've been riding the last 3 days for, really. And more of it tomorrow as they head down to the Dolomites for 2 nights. I've got Tony, Harry and Tom behind me. I think others are going to do this shorter route today. It's just an opportunity for people to take their own time and get up and get going. It's now signposted to the Silvretta Pass on here, and this is the B188. Just thought I'd show you some of this. Bit of melt water coming down that river. That's open, good. It's not a high coal, this one. So this is the town leading up to Silvretta Pass, so if you need any coffees or fuel or whatever, you can do it here. There's loads of lodges and accommodation if you want to stay in this area. I was just pointing out there's a massive wall back there. Look at that wall they've built there behind the hotel to protect it from snows coming rolling down the hillside. There's a massive long wall back there to protect several hotels. There's another one up here, look. Well, they've built all the... I don't remember these being here last time. Protective zones, another one there behind that one. Still haven't got to the toll road, but there's lots of little alpine villages that you pass through on this route. Loads of photographic opportunities. Unfortunately, there's some rather large rocks that have fallen onto the road the far side of the reservoir, so we can only go up to the top and then come back this way, which is a bit of pain in the bottom. But what can you do? We can only go up and then come back down this way. Right, yeah, 360 camera is on. First time I've used it, so we'll see how this footage comes out. Well, that's a shame. Well, we'll have to go back. It's going to extend our loop. So, anyway. What a glorious day to do this. 20 degrees exactly at the moment. It said open at the bottom, but it didn't say open halfway, it just said open. And they break it to you when you get to the toll booth, although they're not going to charge you a toll to go halfway and back again. So I suppose you could take that as a win. I think it's pretty epic. It's a bit like the Vresse Pass. It's not massive, it's not really a technical pass, but it's just got great views. It's just a good ride. You can enjoy it rather than having to worry about multiple hairpins and traffic. But we've more or less got it to ourselves today, haven't we? Right. 6,300 feet at this point. Look at that view. See if we can nip past matey. Go down here and see where they've closed it, I think. Might as well show you as much as I can today. The road goes down there. So we got the old 360 on the pole behind me, so we'll see how that comes out in the... If it's any good, I'll put some of it into the final edit. Yeah, couldn't get through, went as far as we could, but there was a barrier there, so we tried. Got to look at these things, haven't you? If you ever come up here, this next bend here is a good place to park up there and then stand on that corner and you can get all these hairpins into the shot. That's what I've done before anyway. I'm not going to stop today. Enjoy the views. I'll just finish off filming down here. Enjoying their fishing there. We've had a nice little salad, chicken salad for me, soups and salads around. Two of the guys are going to go for a little add-on. We haven't done the entire route because the loop was broken with that road blockage on the pass. So I'm just going to have an early bath, do some admin, download footage. Filled up with fuel, so that's good.